You can go whenever.
Welcome to the September 9th edition of the Index Sports Show. I'm Jack Nickel, managing editor at Index. With me, I've got sports editor Logan Jackson and assistant sports editor Tyler Killen. Tyler's also did the radio for the football game on Saturday, and we're going to be talking about football today, as well as covering a little bit of volleyball and a little bit of preview of the men's soccer match coming up tomorrow. Guys, football beat SBU, Southwest Baptist, 33-30. Pretty exciting game. They're 2-0, heading into conference play. Already matched the win total from last season. What's really been different for the team this year?
Well, I think it comes down to just making the big plays. Last year and this year is very similar as far as giving up yardage on defense. They'll bend and they'll bend and they'll bend. And last year it seemed like they would always break and give up the score. This year they've done a good job. Like Saturday, SBU was right on the goal line. Boom, they forced a fumble and kept them out of the end zone. And they also got a interception in the end zone. So they've done a good job of not breaking in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's completely right. I honestly think they're just having more fun playing. Last couple of years they've lost some games early, taken some bad beats, and it's really just taking the momentum out of everything. And I really think they're having a good time playing. The teamwork, like Tyler was mentioning, is there. They're playing together as a team. They're excited. I think Nesbitt and his coaching staff have done a really good job of getting them pumped up for the games.
And I talked to Nesbitt after the game. He just said that the team confidence is shooting right up, and they're acting like a winning team, and they're waiting for good things to happen now. And then one of the good things that happened on offense, I guess, is they've had three running backs who've done well. Phil Davis, the quarterback. He's not really a running back, but he's been running. And then Harnish Aurora and Anton Bernard. How has that helped offense, having that running attack where they really haven't had that so much in the past?
Yeah, I mean, Phil Davis, that's what makes him so dangerous. He's a pretty good passer. He did throw a touchdown in the game on Saturday, but he can also run. If nothing's open, he is good at finding those holes, finding the seams. And then, like you said, Bernard had that huge run. I think it was 76 yards. It's nice to have two backs with Harnish and Bernard, both of them. That gives Truman a lot of options running the ball. So, they all three work well together.
And the other thing is, with that running game, they've been running about every other possession or so, maybe every three possessions, the triple option, which has been working well for them. Usually it's Mosquera in with one, either Bernard or Iora, but Davis does a good job of reading that triple option, and a lot of times it looks like he's going to pitch it, and he'll just keep it and cut it right back up for 10 yards or so. So that's really been successful.
And the thing about that Bernard play, I look back through media guides, it was the longest play from scrimmage for a number of years, I think 2003, 2004, so pretty big play making ability for Bernard. And then on defense, team allowed about 500 yards, a lot of it in the second half, but they also made some big plays as well. A couple stops at the end zone. What did you guys see out of the defense on Friday?
Well, like I said before, they just they give up too many yards, but when push comes to shove, they'll make the play to stop them. Either keep them out of the end zone with a turnover or force a field goal so they aren't giving up the big points every time down there.
Yeah, I mean, they made some really, really big plays defensively. I know Richie Schumacher had some big plays towards the end of the game. Elliott had a couple big plays. So, they had a rough stretch, it seemed like, in the middle of the third quarter to the middle of the fourth quarter. But like Tyler said, they're making that stop when they have to. They're really focusing in on the other team's offense. And, I mean, they've done a pretty good job.
Okay, and actually the game was Saturday. I said Friday accidentally, but they've got a bye week now. Then they go to Fort Hays State for the conference opener. After these two wins, what can we see out of the team going into MIAA play?
Well, I talked to Michael Elliott, and he said, like I mentioned before, that this season they're just having more fun. The team charisma is up a lot. He said that, they had 60 or 70 guys stay during the summer in practice, which is unheard of in previous years. And, this just gives them some momentum, something to build on. The MIAA is extremely tough. They've got a difficult road ahead. But this does give them, it gives them something to be proud of, really.
I think the bye week comes at a good time for them. They can look back at what they've done well, evaluate, and then prepare for the conference season because it's not going to be as easy. And they need to really focus on. I think defensively they've done a good job of not breaking, but they've given up too many yards, and they need to work on that.
So you don't think the bye week's going to stop the momentum at all?
I don't think so. I mean, because it gives them more time to prepare for the upcoming conference season.
Okay, and Fort Hays, pretty good team.
Yeah.
Southwest Baptist pretty good on offense, but Fort
Yeah.
Hays is as well. So they've already had one tough offense. Might need to prepare a little bit more. But moving on to volleyball now, Tyler, the volleyball beat writer, volleyball 4-0 this weekend to open up the season. Big win against formerly number 4 Indianapolis University, 15-12 in the fifth set. And Molly Sinclair, outside hitter, named the AVCA National Player of the Week. First time Truman has had a Player of the Week, I think, since 2003. Tyler, how has the team reacted after going 4-0?
Well, that Indianapolis game was just huge for them, and I spoke to Coach Briney about it, and they were tied 12-12 in the fifth set. And I asked Briney, I said, "Were you nervous?" And he said, "No." He said, "I knew we had it." And I thought that was so impressive, and they did. They came back, got the next 3 points, and won the match. But it seems like there's just an air of confidence on all the players I've talked to. They don't get too high or too low at any point in the matches. So I think that's a good attitude to have going forward.
So you don't think the bye week's going to stop the momentum at all?
I don't think so. I mean, because it gives them more time to prepare for the upcoming conference season.
Okay, and Fort Hays, pretty good team.
Yeah.
Southwest Baptist pretty good on offense, but Fort Hays is as well. So they've already had one tough offense. Might need to prepare a little bit more. But moving on to volleyball now, Tyler, the volleyball beat writer, volleyball 4-0 this weekend to open up the season. Big win against formerly number 4 Indianapolis University, 15-12 in the fifth set. And Molly Sinclair, outside hitter, named the AVCA National Player of the Week. First time Truman has had a Player of the Week, I think, since 2003. Tyler, how has the team reacted after going 4-0?
Well, that Indianapolis game was just huge for them, and I spoke to Coach Briney about it, and they were tied 12-12 in the fifth set. And I asked Briney, I said, "Were you nervous?" And he said, "No." He said, "I knew we had it." And I thought that was so impressive, and they did. They came back, got the next 3 points, and won the match. But it seems like there's just an air of confidence on all the players I've talked to. They don't get too high or too low at any point in the matches. So I think that's a good attitude to have going forward.
And the team was number 25 in the nation. Now they jumped up to number 15. So already moving their way up. Indianapolis moved down, but again, just like football, some tough MIAA competition ahead.
Oh, yeah, there's, I think, 5 teams in the top 25 from the MIAA, so not an easy road.
Speaking of tough matchups, again, we got men's soccer facing the number 1 team in the nation tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the Truman Soccer Park against Fort Lewis. Soccer team started the season with a 3-0 win against St. Edwards and then lost 0-3 against William Jewell. What do they need to do to be successful tomorrow?
Well, I know they, in that last game that they lost 3-0, they gave up 2 goals within 5 minutes of each other. They cannot have that happen again, and they really can't worry about Fort Lewis. Yes, they have the number 1 ranking, things like that, but they can't think like that. They just have to take it as another game. Men's soccer, it's tough to make the playoffs. And they did win that first game, lost that second one. They need as many wins as they can get. So this game is going to be extremely important. It should be a really good game, too, and really fun to watch.
Tyler, do you have anything to add?
Not too much. They just need to score more goals than the other team.
Well, if only it were that simple.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Well, that's it for this week. Check back next week.